Happy New Year from all of us at Grosvenor Garage. My name is Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to show you around our Ford Ranger Wildtrack. Then I'll take you for riding it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a 3.2 TDCi Wildtrak double cab pickup. It's automatic, four-wheel drive, 2018 on an 18 plate, has done 36,685 miles. It's MOT'd until the 19th of the 12th, 2023, was last serviced on the 28th of the 10th, 2022. So we've got the power folding door mirrors, tinted glass, the side steps, multi-spoke, diamond cut and dark silver alloy wheels. Got the big Ford Ranger grille, side running lights, the chin spoiler, sculpted bonnet there, recessed. The Wildtrack badges, these black side vents too, matching black door handles, D-chrome around the windows, the aluminium roof bars here, and then this kind of looks like a rollover bar. I'm not sure if it is or if it's strengthened under there, but it makes the vehicle look even better. It's a real hefty thing, quite heavy. It's got the resin kind of load liner, so easy to slide things up and it doesn't get all scuffed up in the back. You've got this Armadillo roller blind cover as well, keep your tools nice and safe. Plenty of room in the back there. Rear parking sensors and a tow bar there. Little tag behind here. If you pull the tag, fold the back seat down, you've got your jack and wheel brace behind there. Then a bit of a hike up, but we have got side steps there. I don't want to tread on them and dirty them. You just got to put the headrests up a little bit, otherwise they're kind of right in the middle of your back if you're an adult, but fine for a child. You've got this leatherette finish with the orange and black cloth. Pretty comfortable, I have to say. It should be easy to clean and hard wearing too. Got the matching Wildtrack mats and this orange contrast stitching, heated back screen. Well, it's a lovely day, so let's go for a ride. That's the Ford key. We have two of those. Just get the car on, switch that off. Get the heated seat on, and then service history. So here we go, here's the service history. Looks like I'm just in time because the car park's starting to fill up now, lots of cyclists too. So service history, 28th of the 1st, 2020, at 12,872 miles, Roy Christopher and Sons. 3rd of the 2nd, 2022 at 22,440 miles, Hapton MOT Centre Limited. 28th of the 10th, 2022 at 34,266 miles, Roy Christopher and Sons Limited. So let's get going. Seatbelt on. See there's the reversing camera. And also, while I remember, charging lead for your phone in the USB just down there. And then let's just see. You should be able to see there.
Didn't you put the Russian in another?
Apple CarPlay. Actually, Apple CarPlay will come up when the reversing camera has gone off. Somebody's just parked behind me. Make sure I don't reverse into them. The heated seat is already pretty nuclear. And there we go, there's Apple CarPlay. So that's the main screen showing the map, what I'm listening to on the phone, how long it would take me to get home if I was going to set off to home now and follow the directions here. Listening to Woke Up This Morning, the Sopranos, or a book about the Sopranos TV series, and so it's basically, I think it's January the 2nd now, so of 2023, and already I'm convinced it's going to be a good year. And the reason is, last year when I came up here on this day, the farmers down there, they spray the fields with sewage, and last year they sprayed the field, but the wind was blowing that way where I was videoing, and I got absolutely covered in a cloud of sewage. This year the wind was blowing the other way, so that's it. Hopefully it'll be a good year. We've started the year off with some great cars in stock already. We had a extremely busy December. All the cars we've got are all good, they're all priced right, they're all ready to go. We've got this one. We've done fairly well with pickups just recently, with hopefully the UK economy, certainly for builders and people like that, they've just been non-stop and done very, very well. So if you want to treat yourself, spend some of the money you've made, then this is an ideal vehicle. So it's got Apple CarPlay, it has Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. If we just knock the Apple CarPlay off and go back to Ford there, you see there, that's so you've got maps, phone, that's the climate, it shows you. Your controls are actually down here, so you've got switches as well, but it does show you on the display. The sun's ahead of us here. It's going to be playing havoc with my cameras, I think. And I've got a couple on the side of the car too, so I'm trying to keep an eye on them, make sure I don't lose them on the way. There's a lot of the car was frozen this morning, which reminds me it's got a heated front screen as well, which is a godsend in cold weather. We've got power folding door mirrors. Just wait till we get around this little S-bend here. Quite often there's somebody coming the other way going too fast. So there we go. That's the power folding door mirrors. Knock them out again. So there is a lot of salt on the road today. Electric driver's seat. I am going to have to turn that heated seat down a little bit. It's amazing that chap parked at the car park before, probably about half an hour ago, and he's walking down this road. From the car park, there's some of the most spectacular walks going up the fell there, but yeah, he's choosing to take his life in his hands and come down this road in virtually the dark. Okay, whenever I come up here in a pickup, there's loads of pickups around here. The farmers all watching what I'm doing as they're driving past. And I've just caught up to the cyclist that went past before. Well, he's waving me on, but it was just a little bit further over than I would have liked. these days. All the cyclists have GoPros as well, and that's why I don't overtake coming into a blind bend. And again, I've never been down that road, I don't think. I must go down. All right. Well, we're past one, but can't see what's coming. He's stopped right in the bend. Just to make it even more difficult for drivers overtaking him. So, the sports seats, so I don't think this is real leather, I think it's man-made leather. Orange and black cloth. The leather's on the hard wearing bits, although to be fair, I think probably cloth is harder wearing than anything. Especially man-made leather. On the display in the centre you've got your speedo. Underneath the speedo, that tells you what gear you're in. On the left hand side you've got two information panels on the right and left hand side of the speedo, which is central. These can be moved and controlled by these kind of, they're not exactly thumb pads, they can be used with your thumb, and there's 4 arrows pointing in different directions and an OK in the middle. So you can change that. That's got navigation. You can have your radio or your infotainment system. It tells you what's on there. It's a bit daft really, because you can actually see it there. It's harder to see down there than it is there. At the moment it's got compass showing the direction I'm heading. Again, you know, whoopee. We'll just go back actually to the CarPlay. So CarPlay, that's the map, that's the sort of home screen. On the right hand side, looks like you've got, yeah, now I changed that, it's got rev counter at the side, but you don't really need a rev counter in this, you know, unless, well, you don't need it at all. I was going to say unless you're hard of hearing, but you know, it's automatic, it'll change when it should do. Unless you've got it in manual, then it's going to be fine. If you knock the gear selector over to the right there, you can use it as a manual. Press away from you, that changes down. Press back towards you, that changes up. Automatic gearbox is great. On the right hand side of the fuel gauge, and you can change the fuel gauge in the rev counter display. If I click on OK there, let's just say you can change that to fuel economy. Polarized lenses is just making it difficult. So click up to display mode, click display mode. You've got rev counter separate. You can have rev counter and fuel gauge together in kind of a bar format. That's a dial and the fuel gauge. Just go back to display mode. You can have trip computer there, trip computer. Show me how far I've driven this morning, average miles per gallon, the date. Is that the date? No, it can't be the date. No, it's how long I've been travelling. It just looked very similar. Again, trip counter. We'll just go back again. Fuel economy. Now, it's showing an average fuel economy of about 22 miles per gallon. That's because it's been ticking over while I've been driving. It will do more than that. And there's two bars showing the last since I reset it. One is just over 20 and one's approaching 40, and that's while I've been driving. I wouldn't expect a 3.2 engine to get near 40, to be honest. I'd be happy with 30. But you can always hope. And this is this vehicle. It's ideal, really. It's ideal for a family. It's ideal for a businessman, somebody who's needs work transport during the week, and then whatever he needs to do for family during the weekend. When I say it's going to be a good year, the New Year's Eve couldn't have been any worse. My girlfriend lives not too far from the river. It's in a flood area, but they've done a remarkable job over the last few years. There's been no problem. About 7 years ago on Boxing Day, little dog on there, 7 years ago on Boxing Day, I spent the day outside there with a pump. The water was basically up to the bottom of a step, and I have a big pump which I used to have for my hot tub, and I was pumping the water to another grid and to down the hill, and we managed to stop the water coming in that day. There's a row of 5 cottages. None of them got flooded, which was a good result. But they changed the way they manage the water, and it's been fine up until this year. And one of the drains got blocked. So my New Year's Eve was spent outside in the pouring rain till 2 o'clock, till the tide went down, because it was a high tide, it was raining, pumping water down the road. So that's how my 2022 finished. But, well, Baz, what's the point of your story? The point of my story was I'd come home in this and we needed sandbags. And of course, what better vehicle to put sandbags in than this? As it happened, I didn't need it, but it was ideal. It's got a separate compartment to put anything you want in that doesn't get into the cabin, doesn't smell, doesn't get dirt in. So you're absolutely, it will just do anything. The side steps on, it looks great. This road is quite icy in the shadowy bits. Sure, there's another car. He probably just went over the same ice as I did and has dropped back a little. Very icy. The back end just slid then. I'm not looking forward to just going down this slope, because this top bit, let me just try. Yeah, there you go, we're just sliding here. I'm not that happy about going down here at the moment. I'm just going to let this guy go past. And I'm going to put it in 4 low, I think, and have a drink. take it very easy. So the thing with ice is, once you're on it, if you keep your brakes on, then you're off to the scene of an accident. There's water just going across the road there. Let's just try the brakes. Yeah, that's okay there. As long as we don't see that silver van in the ditch down here, because it's rather a precarious drop down the side there. But as I say, I'm in four-wheel drive. The car coming up here looked like he was going fairly fast, so I'm just going to hang back here, let him go past us, so we don't meet right on the bend. Yep. Oh, we're okay here now. I think from now on we're in the sun. We've got running water. Go back to two-wheel drive. So the Armadillo shutter there to lock your equipment, tools in and so on. Heated front screen, climate control, air conditioning, all good. Drives nice. Heated seats. We've got the voice activation here as well, so you can have your phone plugged in using Apple CarPlay, and you can control it using this voice activation switch. If you keep your thumb on it for a couple of seconds, you can tell it what you want to do. I don't think I'll have a signal here. Every time I try and demonstrate that facility up here, I have no signal. It doesn't work. But we'll see. I'm just going to meet this guy on the brow of the hill here. Look, again, I would have done. Right at the narrowest point of the road. So it's all good. It drives fantastic. Lots of travel on the suspension. Soaks up the bumps on the road. Certain Death Corner 2, or Sykes Farm as it's known to the people who live there. Nice to see so many people out today getting fresh air, working the Christmas pudding off. Nice. Hi, I'm going to stop here because I don't know whether I can technically get a yard away. Probably not. Which leads me to a question. This morning I was coming up here and driving down the road. My side of the road is completely clear. On the other side of the road there's a big van and a cyclist coming the other way. Now the cyclist came out past the van, which meant if I'd have carried on, I knew he would do, I knew he'd carry on, but if I'd have carried on, that would have meant there wasn't a yard separation between us. Now whose fault that is? Is that my fault? Do I need to give way even though the obstruction's on his side of the road? Or does the cyclist need to stop? Anyway, I stopped. Looks like we've got some sort of gathering here. That's the Mountain Rescue Centre. Watch it up there, there's ice on the road, quite bad.
Right, thank you.
Just be careful.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, see you later. Beautiful day. Lovely part of the country, this. Lovely part. So another great car. Pickup, commercial, whatever you want to call it. What can I say? It's absolutely ideal. You could use it every day, no problem, or use it for work. Lovely vehicle. Thanks for watching. Again, Happy New Year. Thanks to all our subscribers and thanks to all our customers. Hope you all have a good year. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.